All right, so tell us a little bit about your character in this film.
Yeah, so my character Jeannie is arguably the main character. So you see her very often, and she's really the driving force that keeps the film going. And it's just really elegant because they do so without being a plot device. I really think that you guys are gonna have a great time, viewing my character with beautiful lines and just really great blocking. You guys are gonna love it. So, how was your experience working with and acting for Cameron?
Oh, that was actually really nice. When he first provided me with the character of John, I thought about it for a second and I read the script and it was so beautifully written and it was so, well, elegant in a way. Like, everything was just, it was amazing. And Cameron's an amazing director. I mean, he was really big about the performance and making sure we understood the characters and giving us analysis and just working on set with him. It's a different experience, different than I've ever had before, and I'd love to work with him again. It was truly remarkable.
Alrighty, so what made you want to make an adaptation of the Yellow Wallpaper?
Yes, well, I always loved the Yellow Wallpaper as a child. It was one of my favorite books. It was always so touching to me. And when I signed on my 2 actors, I had this vision, and it wasn't something you could understand. It was like just this beautiful art piece, and I loved every second of working with them.
It's lovely, isn't it, darling?
Well, I don't understand why it was so cheap.
Oh, don't worry about such nonsense. It's a lovely colonial mansion. Don't bother with such little things.
Hopefully this place will allow for easier comfort for my illness.
Well, a physician of my standards would know of any such sickness.
John does not believe I am sick. And what can one do?
Well, maybe if I was allowed to work, I could get better. I think it could do me some good.
Well, now, see here, you just need rest is all. 1 dosage of rest and 1 dosage of a good meal to eat will do wonders. Now, let us go in.
I've been sick for some time now. I get unreasonably angry with John sometimes. I'm sure I never used to be so sensitive. I think it's due to this nervous condition. And I don't like our room one bit. Our room has yellow wallpaper all through the walls. I wanted one downstairs that opened up and had roses all over the window and such pretty old-fashioned hangings. But John would not hear of this. He said there was only room for 1 window and not room for 2 beds, and no near room for him if he took another.
Oh, John, can we have the room downstairs? It is so much more comfortable and doesn't have hideous yellow wallpaper.
Your exercise depends on your strength, my dear, and your food somewhat on your appetite. But air you can absorb all the time. The upstairs room is very airy. Now, you rest while I go get your bags.
Whoa, what was that?
I've had trouble sleeping lately. I lay awake watching the wallpaper. It moves about in odd shapes and ways. So, I decided to talk to John about this.
What is it, little girl? Don't go walking about like that. You'll get cold. I want to leave.
My darling, our lease will be up in 3 weeks and I can't see how to leave before. The repairs are not done at home and I cannot possibly leave town just now, of course. If you were in any danger, I could and would, but really are better, dear. Whether you can see it or not, I am a doctor, dear. I know you are gaining flesh and color, your appetite is better. I really feel much easier about you.
I don't weigh a bit more, nor as much, and my appetite may be better, even in the evening when you are here. but it is worse in the morning when you are away.
Bless her little heart, she shall stay. She shall be as sick as she pleases, but now let's improve the shining hours by going to sleep and talk about it in the morning.
And you won't go away?
Why, how can I, dear? It is only 3 weeks more, and then we will take a nice little trip off a few days while Jeannie is getting the house ready. Really, dear, you are better, my darling. I beg of you for my sake and for our child's sake, as well as for your own, that you never for one instant let that idea into your mind. There is nothing so dangerous, so fascinating to a temperament like yours. It is a false and foolish fantasy. Can you not trust me as a physician when I tell you so?
Oh, John.
I'm getting a little afraid of John. He seems very queer sometimes, and even Jeannie has an inexplainable look. It strikes me occasionally, just as a scientific hypothesis, that perhaps it is the paper. I have watched John when he did not know I was looking, and come into the room suddenly on the most innocent excuses, and I've caught him several times looking at the paper. And Jeannie, too. I caught Jeannie with her hand on it once. She didn't even know I was in the room, and when I asked her in a quiet and very, very quiet voice, with the most restrained manner possible, what she was doing with the paper, she turned around as if I had caught her stealing.
Jeannie, what are you doing?
You scared me.
Why are you touching my wallpaper?
Oh, are you close? Had your smudges on it, man? Your wallpaper, it just gets on everything.
From that moment on, I wanted to study the wallpaper. It was my secret to be discovered. I stopped sleeping at night. I stayed up for days. And eventually, I watched as a woman was trapped behind the wallpaper. I tried to help free her. And eventually, I did. I tore the wallpaper from the walls. I let her run free.
Darling, open the door now. Somebody get an axe.
John, darling. The key is down by the front steps.
Get an axe.
John, darling. The key is down by the front steps.
I've got out at last. I tore the wallpaper from the walls so you can't put me back.